Seems legit. Laser. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today for the school holidays we are making Jesse a sign for his bedroom door. I let him pick what shape he wanted and I'm going to show you how I went from a piece of wood to this idea. So first we're going to open XCS and I'm going to paste a screenshot of the design that I wanted, and then you can go up here to edit and trace. Now sometimes XCS does not trace as lovely as my other program. So you can see here how it's missed all these bits. So I'm just not even going to bother fighting it. We're going to go into Lightburn because Lightburn is my favorite for this. And then you can right click and paste again. So you can paste screenshots directly in, then right click and trace. And you can see the kind of purpley line does it perfectly. So you can, it's then an SVG or a vector file, so you can make it as big or as small as you want, and you can also export it as an SVG. So I put all my SVGs into one folder just to make my life easier. So once we delete that, everything else goes away. I'm going to click this button over here and go to SVG, and then you can start typing in the name. Sometimes it's easier than scrolling through all your pictures. So that is what I'm aiming for. Now, I want my child to color it in, so I'm not actually going to engrave all of that black. We are going to set it to score. So it'll just give us an outline that he can kind of trace around while coloring. And then I'm going to add an outline, and it doesn't have to be very big. I like 2 mils. And you want it on the outer edge only, otherwise it's going to cut random parts that we do not want. So we're going to click confirm, and then I like to right click and change it to a different color. Now personally my favorite is making the red a cut line. I don't know why, it's just what I started doing when I first started, and so that's what we're going to do. Now I'd like his name in the middle, but I don't like this font, and I'm going to make it green just so that we can see. So I'm going to pick a different font. Now, about here is where I realized that I had something called Mario World, or Mario Land or something. I got it from dafont.com, and since it's a Nintendo, I felt that it was quite relevant, and I think it looks cool. So I've got 2 choices. I'm going to go with the bulky one just because, I don't know, I felt like it. So then what we're going to do is, this is also going to be a score line, but we're also going to copy and paste it and do a cut as well. So I like to kind of change the shape a bit just to be a little bit more fulfilling. And then if you select everything, so you click and drag, we can go down to this button here and a line in the center. So everything's lined up beautifully. So now we're going to copy and paste that. So it's Control C and Control V. And then I'm going to change this one to red because again, I want the cut. So now I've got all the pieces, I just need to kind of maneuver them. So if we select all of that part and click group, now I don't have to worry about anything moving as I shift it around on the matte surface, whatever we want to call it. So I like to waste as little as possible, so I'm moving it fairly close to the edge here. So we're going to pick my cut preferences. Now because this has updated, it took away all of my save preferences, which I'm less than happy about. It just means I have to go and put them all in again. Now my favorite cut for plywood is 100% power, 9 speed and 2 passes. I always highly recommend 2 passes just because sometimes there's extra bits that don't want to cut as easily, and so the second pass really does cut them. So we can just fill this in. This is so that we can create our own saved thing. So now when I click here, there is the woodcut for future me problems. May as well do it now while I'm showing everybody. So I've just gone and put the wood in. So we're going to click auto depth. So it just will move down and figure out exactly how high it wants the laser to go. And I love this feature because it means I don't have to manually worry about it. The machine does it for you, which is also why I don't use Lightburn for my S1. Because I love all this automatedness. It's just easier, in my opinion. So then we also want to go ahead here and click rectangle. Now you won't see me at the machine, but I'm going to move it into the bottommost corner of the wood and make a click, and you'll see it because it'll come up with a little dot right there. And then I'm going to go up into the opposite corner, and it will actually be off the entire screen. So my wood's a little bit bigger, but that's fine. That just means that I can go as far that way as I want. So that black line is the wood outline. To make sure that everything is in it properly, you can easily see it, but I also like to just change the color of the score line so that the black one is the wood and then everything else is what we have to worry about. And then we are just going to click start. It always comes up with this, and click the button and off we go. Now I've got mine set up wirelessly, but each to their own. And you can see here it's going around and drawing everything in so that my child can color it in easily. And these bits are being cut. The outside edge also needs to be cut. So that's just, something to think about. And then you can just set it up with some paint and let him go. So you can see it's quite a big sign. This entertained him for about half an hour, so that's good. But now he also has a beautiful sign. And that's how easy it is to go from idea to physical thing. I hope this was helpful. Please give it a like and make sure that you subscribe to my channel for all my future videos. Alright guys, bye-bye.